The roar didn't just wake Mateo. It froze him. It cut through the silence of the night, raw, broken, filled with pain. This wasn't a territorial warning. This was something else. Something desperate. Mateo sat up slowly, his heart pounding against his ribs. 3:17 a.m. No wind. No movement. Just that sound, echoing again across the dark savannah. He grabbed his lantern and stepped outside. And that's when he saw it. A massive lion. Injured. Bleeding. Standing just a few meters from his home. Behind it, 2 small cubs. Barely able to walk. Mateo didn't move. Didn't breathe. Because he knew something most people don't. A wounded predator is the most dangerous thing in the wild. But then the lion took a step forward. And instead of aggression, Mateo saw it. Weakness. The animal was dying. And the cubs? They wouldn't survive a day without him. Every instinct told Mateo to go back inside, lock the door, and wait for sunrise. But he didn't. Instead, he did something no one is supposed to do. He opened his home to a wild lion. Using small pieces of meat, Mateo slowly guided the animal toward his storage shed. Step by step. No sudden movements. No fear. The lion followed. Not because it trusted him, but because it had no other choice. When the door closed behind them, Mateo realized something terrifying. He was now trapped in a small space with a full-grown predator and 2 cubs. The lion collapsed to the ground, breathing heavily, blood pooling beneath its body. Mateo's hands trembled, but he moved closer, slowly, carefully. One wrong move, and this would be over. He reached out. A thunderous roar exploded. The lion rose instantly, teeth bared, eyes locked on him. Mateo stumbled back, heart racing. This was it. But then, something changed. The lion didn't attack. It held his gaze for a moment, and then slowly collapsed again. Not in anger, in pain. Mateo didn't waste the chance. He stepped forward again. This time, he didn't hesitate. He treated the wound, cleaned the blood, injected antibiotics. Every second, under the watchful eyes of a predator that could end him instantly. And then, something impossible happened. One of the cubs walked toward him. Slowly, curiously. Mateo froze. The small lion sniffed his hand, paused, and then gently licked it. Time stopped. Because the real test wasn't the cub. It was the father. Mateo looked up. The lion was watching. Silent. Still. And then, it did nothing. No attack. No warning. Just acceptance. That night changed everything. By morning, the lion was still alive. And Mateo made a decision that would defy every rule in wildlife conservation. He kept them. For the next 2 days, man and predator lived under the same roof. Distance turned into tolerance. Tolerance into something else. Something no one could explain. Until the 3rd day. That's when everything fell apart. The sound of engines shattered the silence. Mateo stepped outside, and his blood ran cold. 3 vehicles. Armed men. Poachers. They weren't guessing. They knew. "You have our lion," one of them shouted. "Bring it out, or you die." Inside the shed, the lion was already awake. Alert. Aware. Mateo looked into its eyes. And for the first time, he didn't see a threat. He saw understanding. "I need your help," he whispered. Gunshots exploded through the air. Wood shattered. Glass broke. There was no time left. Mateo opened the door and stepped aside. The lion walked out. Not in fear. In fury. What happened next? No one would ever forget. The lion moved like a storm. Fast, silent, unstoppable. The men didn't stand a chance. Chaos took over. Shouting, gunfire, dust, and in the middle of it, a wounded lion, fighting like it had nothing left to lose. One of the poachers aimed directly at Mateo. He couldn't move. He knew this was the end. Until something hit the man from the side. The lion. It had come back. For him. When it was over, the poachers were gone. The danger finished. And the lion? Still standing. Still watching him. Weeks later, after recovery, it was time to let them go. Mateo opened the gate. The cubs ran first. Free. Alive. The lion followed. Then stopped. Turned back. And for a brief moment, their eyes met. No fear. No dominance. Just respect. Then it walked away. Back into the wild. Some people say animals don't understand us. That they don't feel. Don't remember. But sometimes, in the quietest moments, they prove us wrong. Because that night, a man saved a lion. And in return, the lion saved him.